Hello, friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chelsea. You know that. I know that. I'm just a lady with a bulldog, a camera, and too many opinions. And apparently, I'm a bad mom.
Accountability used to feel like an attack to me.
I'm just kidding. We all know I'm an amazing mother. Also, during this video, yes, we're going to be talking about Elizabeth Teckenbrock, or Elizabeth Chicken Broth, as a lot of y'all like to call her, which I love that. She is a quite notorious scammer, con artist, in my opinion, liar, fraud. Chelsea, those are all synonyms. She's faked cancer multiple times and just is a menace to society and to the internet in general. So we're going to be talking about her. I have produced a podcast with my podcast co-host, Sherilyn Dale. We have the Here for the Clout podcast if you'd like to subscribe to that. But we also have a new limited series podcast that audio only, that we are producing called Elizabeth. And that can be found anywhere you get your podcasts. It can also be found on YouTube as well. Like I said, it's audio only and it releases every Friday. It's amazing. We have done so many interviews. We've done so much research and we have so many of her victims involved, and it is truly, truly wild. So please go listen to that. I will have that linked down below, and it is called Elizabeth. Not Elizabeth, Elizabeth. Like I said, I'll have that linked down below. All of the the social medias for it, but then I'll also have the little thingies for it too, like on Apple, on Spotify, on YouTube, all that, right? Anyways, I need to do my makeup so I can do some other things. But also, let's talk about how Elizabeth is, in my opinion, trying to spin a narrative and failing at doing so, since we have released now 2 episodes of our Elizabeth podcast. Now, after this video, I probably will be blocked from Elizabeth's TikTok. I have been blocked from all of our other social media, which, hey, go off, queen. If I was you, I would 100% block me too. And like I said, I will be putting on some makeup. I will be using Typology because this video is sponsored by Typology. Typology is basically all I've been using on my skin to give me that glowy, beautiful look. Typology is a vegan and cruelty-free skincare brand. Their products are formulated and manufactured in France. I already put on my base, which is the tinted serum. Not cakey, it's buildable, it's amazing. Their aim to only keep the essentials in their products. The formulas are short, minimalist, and made with over 80% ingredients of natural origin. Also using the sheer honey lip oil, perfection. Recycled and recyclable containers. Their shimmering dry oil has 5 botanical oils and vitamin C formulated with stabilized vitamin C and antioxidant-rich plant oils to prevent photo aging. A luminous satiny finish formulated without perfume or essential oils, thus suitable for pregnancy and breastfeeding too. Certified organic and absolutely beautiful. Be sure to use the link in my description box to get a free shimmering dry oil with vitamin C and 5 organic botanical oils with your purchase of $40 or more through the link in my description box with Typology. Elizabeth Teckenbrock has made multiple videos alluding to how she's not even alluding to, just straight up saying that she's not bothered. She's not bothered. And it's like, hey girl, seems like you're real bothered. And at this point, I don't understand how she can still have people who support her when the facts are there and it's truly just it makes no sense to me. There's people in her comment sections who are like, you've changed, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, hey, no, she hasn't. She can come online all she wants. I'm, healing. I'm taking accountability. And it's like, are you? Because I don't think you are. And she's saying things like, oh, well, I went to therapy. I did this treatment program, which she said she did 25 days. And that doesn't really seem accurate because that specific place, I looked it up and they have their intensive outpatient treatment plan. I believe it's not 25 days. And then the other one that they have that's a little bit more relaxed is weeks. 6 weeks. That's not 25 days. That's not 30 days. So it's quite interesting that she's saying all this. And then also that she's saying oh, I've taken accountability. I've apologized to people. And it's have you? And have you actually taken accountability to the world and the internet for lying and taking people's money and making people feel bad for you and the false allegations and scamming an older man out of almost $1 million and telling people that you were going through cancer treatments when you weren't? Or what about when you told people that your daughter had cancer? What about that when your daughter did not have cancer, allegedly? All of this is alleged. Wild, right? So it's you can't just come on. I mean, I guess she can because she's doing it, but you can't just come on the internet and be like, oh, I've changed. I've taken accountability. And it's like, you can't just say you've taken accountability. You got to actually do it, you know? And if she has apologized to people, that's different. But all of the people that I've talked to that have been affected by her, including a very close family friend who is the last landlord that evicted her, she owes him, I believe it's at least like $7,000, and she hasn't paid him. She hasn't apologized for the thousands of dollars of damage that she did to his rental home, to his property, for leaving her dog there. Like, she hasn't apologized for that. She hasn't taken accountability for that. She hasn't even talked to him. So are you changing, or is it more of just the same bull? One thing I think is crazy is that she posted this on TikTok, and someone said something along the lines of like, how about, you get off the internet for a little bit and like take some time and like heal. And she was like, if you have like a bad day or like go through something bad, do you just like quit your job? Like, this is my job.
I do not have to get off the internet in order to heal. I do not have to get off the internet just because you guys have an opinion that I have to. And it's really weird that you guys continue to think that I will just because you say so. This has been going on a year. I get thousands of comments a day telling me to get off the internet. I don't care. I will never care.
And I don't really agree with that, because it's like, if I was going through what you were going through when I was working a normal job, like, that's not really comparable, first of all. It's not comparable. And sure, you have bills to pay, but is TikTok paying your bills? Has it ever? Because if it was, why were you scamming people so much? If it was, why have you quite literally never paid rent over the last 7 years? You pay security deposits and like first and last month's rent to get into a unit, but then it seems like you never even pay rent. So is TikTok paying your bills? No. What it most likely is that you want to stay relevant and you want to feed your ego and have people believe that you are changing. Or I don't know, maybe she wants to try to control the narrative of, what we're putting out there, because it does seem like she really is posting a lot more since we've been releasing our Friday episodes of the Elizabeth podcast. Like, we knew that she knew about the podcast because we had told her, quite literally told her, and we were going to interview her. We reached out to literally everyone that she's ever come in contact with because, hi, journalism. So we knew she knew about it, but we didn't think that she was going to acknowledge it, but she did. So let's watch that and talk about it, shall we?
I think that when I'm sharing my journey on TikTok, people think that it is a right to bash me or bring me down every single day. And if you want to utilize that right, go ahead. It doesn't get to me before, and it certainly won't get to me now. And the reason why it didn't get to me before is because I didn't care. I did not care because I didn't care who I was or what I was doing, right? The reason why it will not get to me now is because I know every single day that I get up every single day deciding to be a better person.
Girl, it's been like literally 3 months since you've been on your healing journey. I'm sorry, but this is giving someone going to therapy, a narcissist going to therapy twice, and then being like, I'm better than you. I know better than you. I'm medicated now, like blah, blah, blah. And don't get me wrong. There have been times where I was unmedicated and I've been an absolute bitch. Like, not in a fierce way. Like, I was unmedicated for 3 weeks due to the shortage of my medication. And I was insane to my husband, like absolutely insane. And then got back on my medication. A week later, I was like, oh my God, I've been a terror to this household. And I got my husband his favorite cake, an ice cream cake with the extra crumblies in it. I decorated it and wrote on the top, sorry, I was unmedicated. So I was like, holy shit. Insane. So sure, that can happen, but also, hey, when I'm unmedicated and when a lot of people are unmedicated, they're not just scamming people and lying and faking cancer and threatening people and pretending to be an ophthalmologist and not paying rent and spending $12,000 to $13,000 at Louis Vuitton after you told someone that you needed to pay for your cancer treatments. So that's cool.
Then I was yesterday, and then I was the day before that, and I couldn't keep being the person that I used to be. And in order to not be that person, I have to change, right? And have I said I can change before in my life? Oh, for sure. I've said that. And I couldn't. I didn't have the resources, tools, the mindset, the accountability, any of those things. But I do now. And I'm grateful that I do. And I'm grateful that my mind is much more clear and I can see who I was and who I don't want to be and what changes need to be made. But I want to clarify really quickly. There can be 10 pages made about me. There can be 1,000 comments every minute made about me. There can be a podcast made about me. I do not care. I care about the people that I hurt. I care about my kids. I care about my family.
You care about your kids? You put your son back in school because allegedly your son has not been in school like all year. That's cool. Do you care about your daughter that you allegedly have only seen 5 times this year? Do you care about your kids that you allegedly told other people that they weren't your children? You're 2 young babies, you're 2 young girls. And then allegedly, this is anecdotal, but allegedly told other people that they were your ex-husband's kids that he had from like an affair with a stripper. Those are the kids you care about? Huh, interesting. Could have fooled me.
I do not care about the people running the pages. I do not care about the mean comments. I do not care about the podcast. I don't care about any of those things. I don't look at them, I don't listen to them, and I do not read them. And if you think that I do, go ahead and keep going. But I have people that delete them for me so that I never have to, because I will not put my mental health on the back burner ever again in my life. And that means stepping up every single day to be the best person that I can be.
One thing that's interesting is that a lot of people don't understand, and I've been there as well. I look like Lord Farquaad right now. I need to fix my hair. I need to, do I look like Lord Farquaad? Yes, Chelsea, you do. All right, hold on, BRB. Okay, where's my, there we go. Sorry, yeah, we can't have any Lord Farquaad. I'm trying to look like Donkey and not Lord Farquaad. Or Fiona pre-transformation. Or Angelica Pickles. I look like I'm ready to go to preschool. Am I like evil Miss Rachel? That's what I feel like I look like right now. Evil Miss Rachel. All right, whatever. Good enough. At least it's not giving Farquaad. One thing that's interesting is a lot of people, myself included, when I came home from treatment and rehab and therapy and all that, it's important to understand that the people around you, the people that you hurt, your family, your friends, whoever, they didn't go through treatment. They weren't in therapy with you. So they're still hurting. And you might feel like you've changed and all that, but your actions and your words, but your actions and time has to prove that you are not the same person. And when you're someone who's on the internet with this many eyes on you, it's possibly going to take even longer. And you have to be understanding of that and patient with that. And it's crazy because it's like she does not understand that. One thing also that I think is truly crazy is that she says that she was in treatment for 25 days, or she did like a 25-day program. Again, from what I have seen on the place's website, they don't have a 25-day program. And she, especially when it comes to outpatient, she said that she was there every day. Doesn't make sense. And then also she has like a bag full of pills that she's showing off, and we can include that too, but she's like, oh, this one's for this and this one's for this and this one's for this. And she's saying all these things that she's like diagnosed with, but just after like 25 days, that timeline, to me at least, doesn't really line up with how many times you would have been seen by a psychiatrist, because that's who is prescribing psychiatric medication. And that's what those things are. Whatever she has in the baggie that she, you know, this giant gallon bag.
I am diagnosed with BPD, anxiety, depression, ADHD, and OCD. And I want to talk to you about medicine today. What meds have really, really, really started to change my life and make a huge difference. So let's talk about meds.
Being able to meet with a psychiatrist, going through these sessions, going through group therapy too, if that's what she was doing. It seems like what that center does utilize too. I don't know if she went through that, but it seems like that might be the case. And going through that, getting there to 25 days later to like posting these things about how like you're changed, you're properly medicated, blah, blah, blah. Those types of psychiatric medications aren't working instantly. They have to be built, most of them at least have to be built up in your system, and then they take effect, and then you're going to feel different. Like for instance, I don't know if she's on Zoloft, but a lot of the ones that she was describing are kind of like that, where it's, again, they have to build up in your system. So you wouldn't have had time, which it's like 2 to 3 weeks. You would not have had time to go through these sessions, see the psychiatrist enough times for them to actually properly diagnose you. You to then get the medications, which, hey, you could have gotten them with all of them within like 2 days, right? Be put on them, start taking them, have them actually build up in your system, then be going through therapy and having that like brain chemistry like aspect change in therapy, to then be actually like the medicated version of you going through therapy and actually put anything like implement any of that into your life. That can't happen in 25 days. You can say I'm wrong, but quite literally cannot happen. And we're talking about 25 consecutive days, and that place doesn't offer that with how she was saying that she was going to it. The lengths at which this woman will lie, in my opinion, is crazy. And if you're unaware, like I said, me and my co-host Sherilyn Dale reached out to co-producer, reached out to literally everyone that we could in this woman's life. We were not aware that this guy that she is currently dating is her current boyfriend. We thought that he was an ex just from like what we had heard and seen. So we reached out to him, like we reached out to literally everyone, her ex stepmom, her sister, her cousin, her literally everyone, people who are still friends with her, influencers who have worked with her past boyfriends, landlords, like her ex-husband, her ex-baby daddies. Like, well, apparently the most recent ex, the one that she went to Hawaii with or something, I don't know, at the beginning of the year, I guess they're apparently still dating is what she said. And I guess he told her that like I reached out to him and was asking just for a statement. I was extremely professional in my DM to him, as I have been with everyone I reach out to for a statement regarding anything I make content on, whether it's more of a professional podcast or just a video. She did not like that. And she said that she unblocked me to say that she was only unblocking me to formally let me know that she is filing a restraining order because I'm harassing her, even though I stopped reaching out to you after you said that you were not interested in doing an interview with us. How am I harassing you by reaching out to someone else? Reaching out to them once. Insane. She did not file anything. And if she tried to, it would not be approved. At this point, I'm just like, damn, Elizabeth, you need to like severely face some consequences for wasting the court's time multiple times. Like, this is getting ridiculous. This woman is insufferable, but she's changed, right?
And you don't get a choice to say to me that I can't change or that I can't be a better person, because I can. And I will. So you don't have to be here. I do not care if you're not here. And also, let me wrap this up by saying, just because I finally am standing up for myself on day 12 of getting beaten down by you guys again, let me say this. That doesn't mean I'm manic. That doesn't mean I don't care. That doesn't mean I haven't changed. I won't be bullied. I won't let you think that you're getting to me by bullying me. You're not. Keep utilizing the internet. Keep whatever else. Because one thing I do know is when I was sitting around talking shit about other people, or I was caring about what's going on the internet in someone else's life, or whatever else was happening, I was not being the best version of myself. There's no way that you're being the best mom that you can be by sitting around talking about someone else at night on the internet, creating fake pages, listening and documenting and commenting negative things. There's no way that you can be the best girlfriend that you can be, the best daughter-in-law that you can be, because all of those things are also an embarrassment. The fact that you're getting on the internet and doing that to someone, it's embarrassing. It really is. And you're not able to grow and fix yourself by doing that. You're not being a good mother, father, friend. And I don't mean friend to me. But I mean, in general, you cannot grow as a person by doing these things online. So I can go to sleep right now at night knowing I need to make amends, and I'm trying my best to do that. I need to grow my mental health.
This is truly wild. So again, this is the type of shit that I get all day long, and people who do commentary content or podcasts in general get every single day of people like, why are you making a video about this person? Oh my gosh, do you not have any other content? You have to talk about someone else. And it's like, hey, are you also saying this to like people on the news, people on talk shows? Like, not saying I'm on the news or talk shows, but essentially we do the same thing. We talk about current events. Mine just happened to be on the internet, right? Because hi, we live in the year 2025. All right. Just because you're saying things that have happened or you have an opinion doesn't mean it's inherently negative. And also talking about things that are true, talking about things that are, you know, allegedly true, whatever, sharing someone's story does not mean that you are a bad person. It doesn't mean it's gossip. And I am so sick of that because it is so misogynistic. It really is. You can say it's not, it is. This is just so much projection of you can't be a good mom because you're making a podcast about me. No. First of all, my son would be very proud. Second of all, last time I checked, calm down, this is going to be mean. Last time I checked, me and my co-producer, co-host Sherilyn Dale, we still have full custody of our kids. We aren't claiming that our kids aren't ours. Our kids, if they are of the age, are in school. Mine's not. He's not even 2. But Elizabeth Teckenbrock doesn't. She lost custody of her children. Almost everyone that I've encountered in the Tampa Bay area who has had interactions with her, they didn't know that she had biological children other than her 2 older children. That's not a good mom. That's not a good mom at all. No.
I need to be the best mom that I can be. I need to fix a lot of things in my life that I have f***ed the hell up. And that is my own fault. But I'm going to sleep knowing and praying every day for a better day tomorrow, praying that my mental health stays on track. You guys are going to sleep smiling that you're bullying someone or talking to someone or making pages about them or whatever else. So I'll leave it at that. And for everybody else that has a positive attitude, I love you.
It's not talking shit if it's true, you know? Also, at least this is my job and I get paid for it. You're doing this for free. That's embarrassing.
They are so freaking good. I just did my own like lash extensions at home using the You Call Me lash. If anyone were to have a day, yesterday was my day. Like one of those days that you just forget everything that you're supposed to do, or everything is delayed, or something is going wrong, but not like really wrong. It's just like weirdly wrong. That was my day yesterday. Blake's birthday is today. Happy 9th birthday, my baby girl. We're going to have a really awesome birthday party. But in the meantime, yesterday I had to go and finish up some last minute shopping for her and what she wanted for her birthday. We got some groceries. She wanted a crab boil, which is her all-time favorite dinner. And it was, I don't like seafood. Hi. I wanted to talk to you guys about some of this stuff that I'm doing in my therapy. So they give you homework, right? So like I have to work on it during the week, and they gave me one about grief, and then also like emotions that disturb you. So the grief one essentially like had me go through all this stuff about like things lost. It doesn't necessarily obviously mean that like someone passed away. It's just things you lost in your life, and things that typically I push way down.
So in this TikTok, she says, the butterfly effect is so crazy because what if everyone I ever loved didn't call me out for my bad behavior and I never got the opportunity to change and be a better person? It's been a month. It's been a month. And on the internet, you're still, in my opinion, gaslighting, projecting, and playing the victim, saying that people are bullying you, which, hey, I don't doubt it. Some people are probably being real mean, but I don't want to say they're justified, but have you actually come on the internet, since you claim you're an influencer, and addressed every single little thing? Because what you have addressed, it's just so frustrating. Like what she has addressed, she's still denying a shit ton of stuff. And it's like, what? Like if you wanted to be like, I've changed and I'm a better person, do an interview with us. I mean, you don't even have to do that, but maybe listen to the podcast. And again, you don't even have to do that, but go claim by claim and address every little thing, apologize for it directly to the person, by name or not by name, and be genuine about it, instead of like, I'm a better person now, you're not. And it's like, Jesus Christ, girl, like you went to therapy twice, if that, allegedly. You're not a better person. Stop. And then she posted saying that there were two people from this app, TikTok, the clock app, called her therapy center pretending to be someone they aren't to get my medical records. Obviously, don't do that. Don't do that. However, I mean, the facility would say no, I would assume. And like, what records would they be getting? I personally don't think that happened. I personally don't think that happened. Like, yes, that's illegal, but like, you know.
So I think people are genuinely confusing healing, like someone healing and doing better in the world, and then being bullied and sticking up for themselves. I can take accountability and feel awful for the things that I have done wrong in my past, but also still stand up for myself, also still post that I'm funny as fuck, and all of those things, because you don't have to stop being a complete human. I think they also think I can't leave my house. Like I literally can't leave my house if I'm healing or doing better. So I just want to clear that up.
You can absolutely stick up for yourself. I think that if you are, false things are being shared about you, absolutely stick up for yourself with proof to debunk whatever is being said. And if people still don't believe you, okay, whatever, that's on them, not you. Okay, fine. But she doesn't show any receipts at all ever, and saying I'm taking accountability and I can feel horrible about what I've done. What have you done? What have you done? And have you taken accountability? Because doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like you've posted a video taking accountability. And you can say all day long, oh, well, I've done it privately. Any of the victims that I interviewed have denied that you have reached out to them and apologized and taken accountability, because those are two different things. So have you done that? Like, she's just saying that she's doing these things when she's not. She's still, at least to me, her actions are still proving that she's full of shit. Also, I believe she deleted a TikTok of her like being at some bar with like a few of her friends, like a cowboy bar or something. I don't know where the it was. Probably one in South Tampa, because that's like where she keeps coming. Stop coming here, girl. If I see you out for legal purposes, this is a joke. It's not going to be good. Because listen, get this much tequila in me and fill in the blank. I don't know. Literally just be standing across the bar. Hey, remember when you faked cancer? It's like when I got drunk and Logan Paul walked by. Wait, was it Logan Paul? Yeah, Logan Paul walked by me and I was like, hey, your blonde beard totally doesn't look weird. Yeah, Tony can't take me anywhere. But you know what? He still takes me places, and that's his fault, and that's none of my business. However, yeah, I would absolutely do that though, and yell at her from across the bar and be like, you faked cancer. Do you have chemo tomorrow? You're not supposed to drink when you're on chemo. How are you paying for those drinks? That would be so embarrassing, Chelsea. You would not do that. Anyways, yeah, so she also had said that she went to like, or alluded to, I believe she said it, that she like went to drug treatment too. You're going to a bar 30 to 40 days after getting out of drug rehab? What? Tell me you aren't sober without telling me you're not sober. What the fuck? Like, no, that is wild. And she's like, I'm doing better, so I can't leave my house. No, you can, obviously. Calm down. Like, let's not with the, you know, binary thinking here. But like, what? That's actually insane. That's insane. Someone said that she, oh God, yikes. So she keeps doing like lip syncing little thirst trap videos for, Lord, to this one, like the same song over and over again. She's notorious for doing that. I don't know. I guess that's like the TikTok of it all. Couldn't be me. But she's, the comments are absolutely like amazing. They are so good. Someone said it's giving off the medication. And someone said maybe she's trying to keep busy and doesn't know another way. Haters, scroll on. Oh my God. Girl. Someone said your children must be so proud. Another person said, did you get your twins done? Meaning her babies, which doesn't look like she's wearing a bra. So maybe, I don't know. I thought she always had good boobs. Who knows? Not me. And another person said, you kind of look like Rachel Reese. Rachel, if you're watching this, that's hilarious. No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. I mean, I guess Rachel kind of wears like that type of makeup, but like Rachel's also covered in tattoos and has dark hair and is like more like witchy vibes. So no, she doesn't look like Rachel, but that's just someone being a troll. That's funny. And because Rachel Reese was one of Elizabeth's best friends who she over a good bit. I had the pleasure of having a little lunch interview with Rachel and she's awesome. So I appreciate her being very helpful during all of our research and all that. And Elizabeth responded to that and said, thank you for the compliment. Yikes. Someone said, why did you delete the videos? So yes, she has been deleting a lot of videos and then she's been like deactivating her TikTok account like once a week and then she'll come back and deactivate and then come back, deactivate, then come back. It's like, girl, keep it deactivated, please. Actually don't, because I like checking up, you know. I'm sure I'll probably be blocked after this video though. I'm blocked on almost every other account, which is interesting. Also, her account's public, I think. So it's like, what's the point of blocking people? But she said regarding why'd you delete videos? Because I want to let go. I can't keep fighting anymore. Or you could just address every single allegation and come clean and start fresh. Seems like a pretty easy solution to all of your issues right now, girl. So she, like I said, has been posting and deleting and posting and deleting and posting and deleting. And it's, girl, I can't keep up. Can y'all just save them and send them to me, please? Just send them all to me, please. Download, send, let's go. But she posted this like nighttime routine type video talking about how she's been like crying so much and she just had such a bad day and blah, blah, blah. And how like her, I guess medications are giving her like weird dreams or something. I don't know. And it's just super interesting because this was like a day after our first episode came out, or the day after our second one, day after our second one came out, or before, whatever. By this time, our podcast had already been released.
I am so exhausted today and emotionally, but tomorrow's a new day. That's what I'm telling myself. Every day it's like hard. Typically, like, I've learned something about myself, at least, is if I've had like a really bad day, the day before, I don't know where half my skincare products are. I've already washed my face, and I think there's also a filter on here, but that's okay. I'm mainly talking, not showing you my skin right now. But so typically, like, if I've had a bad emotional day, like one day where I've like cried a lot, which I'll be honest, like, since I started my meds and like have been consistent on them like a couple weeks in, I like don't have days like I did today. I think stress.
And the comments are honestly really valid questions. And I do love to see that a lot of people, like, it really does seem like the tides are turning in her comment section. And it's interesting to see how many comments there are versus how many views there are, because it really does seem, in my opinion, at least in my professional industry-ish opinion, being an influencer myself, being a content creator, because influencer has a negative connotation, I do believe, and she's already said that she has people who delete negative comments. And she's like, I don't look at them. Yet she's replying to not so positive comments, right? I do think she deletes them. Also, it's like you just have people who delete them. Oh, do you have a team? You're not paying them too? She does have like weird people who are like stans of her. It's strange. Anyways, so someone said, do you understand that people don't want to see you out partying when you're in recovery and trying to do better? It makes people question your character. I completely agree with that. I just made that point. And someone said, but why not just stay fully offline and get better? Someone said this, loves the attention. I agree, especially because like she can say all day long, like, oh, well, this is my job. Girl, you'd be making like TikTok does not pay. It doesn't, especially with the views that you're getting. It doesn't pay. And I would not be surprised if you were taken off. Where's my lip gloss? We need to get a little bit glossy up in here. With Typology, the sponsor of this video. Beautiful. Thank you. Like I said in that comment before, she responded to someone who was like, just get off the internet for a while. And her response was, well, this is my job. And like, would you leave your job, whatever? And I have bills to pay. You live at your grandma's house right now. You live at your grandma's house. You don't have full custody of your 4 kids. You don't have full custody of even 2 of them. Well, I mean, technically, I guess she does have full custody of her older son, but he's like 12-ish or 11-ish or something like that. He's in his early teens, allegedly. And from what I have heard, he's basically been parenting himself since like he was a child. And I'm so thankful that that ex, I don't think they were ever married. I don't believe so, but I'm so happy that Chris, her ex, he's so iconic. That man, I swear to God, such a good dad. And just like, I know this sounds super cringe and like, Chelsea, you're being parasocial, but I have been praying, and this might sound to you, but from everything that she's done, she should not have custody of any of her kids. I am just so happy that like her daughter has at least one like solid parent. It makes me so sad, so sad. And I've even told Sherilyn, I'm like, I think I told her this, but like I would love if I could give like my portion of any prop, which probably won't see a profit from the podcast, but any profit we get from the podcast, like I want to give a portion of at least mine, because I don't want to commit someone else to that, but like I want to give a portion of at least mine to like the kids. Like if I could do that somehow, like I don't know, I would have to talk to my lawyer, but I don't know how I would specifically make it so she doesn't get it and only the kids get it. I don't know, especially the son and then the daughter. Maybe I could somehow set it up in an account for them, like a trust, so that they get it when they're like 25 or when they're 18 or something. I don't know. I'll figure that out, because I would want to go around her completely. Anyway, so she would be making substantially more money if she just got a fucking job. Girl, just get a 9-to-5. Go work in marketing. But you don't want to, because you're a scammer, in my opinion, and in the opinion of literally everyone on the internet. Like, go get a job and don't use the excuse of, oh, I can't, my kids. You don't have full custody of, like I said, any of your kids except for the oldest one. And apparently even your ex, the father of your second child, your daughter, your oldest daughter, apparently like he even takes your oldest kid too. Like he claims the older son as his kid too, which is, love that for them, thank God. But like your kids are in school, like you could go get a part-time job, babe. You could literally do that. But no, it's easier to rage bait on the internet and lie to people and scam people. It's so much easier to do that. And I truly do believe that this person, I'm just ranting at this point. Sorry, guys. I don't even know what this video is, but I gotta talk about it. At this point, I really do think that she gets such a thrill and such like a rise out of just like lying and scamming to like see how far she can take it. But when you're not good at lying and you just tell so many lies, like in an interview that I did, which y'all will hear it on the Elizabeth podcast, I don't think it's going to be the next episode. I think it's one of the last ones we're going to do. But I had so many people who were like, yeah, she would tell me things that directly contradicted like something she told me like a year before about that same thing. Like she was getting her, like she was lying so much that I guess she was like forgetting who she was lying to. Like it was insane. So crazy. Like she told people that her brother, I don't even know if she has a brother, but like that her brother was dead and that her dad was dead. And then that her daughter's dad was dead. Everyone's deceased apparently. But then they all met, not they all, but a few people that I talked to were like, yeah. And then at a Friendsgiving that she hosted, I met her daughter's dad and her dad. So they had just been resurrected. Like, did you have a baby with Jesus? Are you Mary Magdalene? You could never. She was an icon. This comment is beautiful. And someone said, I truly hope that you are getting yourself better. I will be praying for you. I hope she gets better too. I mean, I honestly wish the best for her. I wish for her to get everything that's coming to her and be held accountable, to be investigated by local police and the FBI, honestly. But I don't want her to do bad things. I don't want bad things to happen to her. I think that justice should be served and karma needs to happen. It is apparently now. Hi, my name's Karma. Nice to meet you. And this person continues and said, unfortunately, your daily drama is too much. It's hard to keep supporting a person I'm not sure I believe anymore. Interesting. And another person, Rachel Lee, said, Rachel, you're iconic. Thank you, babe. She said, was it the podcast episode that came out that ruined your day? And Elizabeth responded and said, I absolutely would never listen to those. I think you should, because honestly, Sherilyn's voice is amazing. She probably would not like that I've been cast as her. And then my husband's been cast as her ex. Hilarious, honestly. It's I do be an actress. And Rachel said, they were pretty fair to you. That's why I'm not the one narrating. And someone else said, what's the podcast name? And Rachel said, my guess is it's blocked. Which I 100% agree. We can actually test that theory if y'all want to. I'm not brigading. I'm saying let's test the theory. If you want to go on to her account and comment something about the Elizabeth podcast, then see if your comment shows up. And if not, then it has clearly been put into her filtered words, just like the name Richard Powell, which is the name of the man that she scammed almost not allegedly, but almost over $1 million from over the course of a few years. So overall, it's giving sad fishing. It's giving, I'm trying to do better, but these people bullying me is hindering that. And it's like, hey, then get off the internet and go get an actual job so you can pay your bills. But you know.
Your username says that you hate TikTok, but you're on TikTok. And your comment says you don't like me, but you're here. So, sounds like you need to figure some things out.
Does she only know one TikTok dance? Like, what is the this? What, you're playing a guitar? What are you doing? What are you doing? Waist looks snatched though, so good for you. Good for you for doing that. Someone did comment, the deactivating and reactivating screams guilty. Now this one says, imagine not liking someone so much, you'll pay UR money to subscribe to someone's site to report the content. Keep being a fan. What site do you have that's like subscribers only? That's like behind a paywall? I'm confused. And what do you know? There are no comments on that one. Interesting. That's what?
Here are 3 things that I wish I could have told my younger self. I am days away from being 30 years old, and I have put myself through some shit in my life. And there are 3 things that I wish that I could tell myself. 1, immediately, honesty is always the best policy. And that goes to say so many different ways and things. I have learned that honesty is the best policy in not like actually hurting someone's feelings. Starting from the first second, tell the truth, because in the long run, it actually hurts the person. Honesty in your own life, honesty with your own self, and honesty with everyone around you. If you're honest from the beginning, they get to choose whether they want you in their life or not. And in the long run, if you're not honest, it just ends up making you alone and making other people not like you. Whereas maybe you were trying to get yourself liked, so you lied. The second thing is money truly cannot buy happiness. I have spent roughly...
I don't disagree with these things. However, again, it's giving, I went to a 30-minute BetterHelp session or read some Pinterest quotes about therapy, and now I'm going to tell all of you what I know because I know more and I know better, and I'm a changed person. Oh, and by the way, the person who scammed all those people and lied about being a doctor wore scrubs around to try to make it seem like I had a job when I did not. And the one who is on body cam footage, I cannot even say this with a straight face. And the one who's on body cam footage saying, call Ric Flair. Call an alcoholic ex-wrestler, retired wrestler who lives in Tampa? Why they gotta call him, girl? Were you one of his many sugar babies? I've been trying to get in contact with that man to get him on the pod, to interview him, be like, hey, was that one of your sugar babies? He'll probably tell me if he's drunk. Rick? Yikes, buddy. I've seen him drunk so many times on Water Street in Tampa, literally fallen off of a bar stool next to me. If you're from Tampa, you know, it's probably happened to you too.
Millions of dollars over the course of my life. And at the end of the day, money does not buy happiness. I would have an abundance of money and I would cry myself to sleep pretty much every single night.
I would have an abundance of money and I would cry myself to sleep. Was it because you got that from scamming people? Because Elizabeth, you have not had like an actual job since you worked at your allegedly, since you worked at your ex-husband's ophthalmology centers. She apparently did lashes though. And shouldn't you have an esthetician's license or, you know, go through, I'm not letting anyone touch my face unless they have an esthetician's license or are a nurse. And she doesn't have any of that. So Cool. She tried to say that she had she said she had some type of degree from Purdue. And it's like, Purdue doesn't even offer that type of degree. That's another lie she's never come out about.
And secondly to that, God says if you did not make money righteously, he will take it away and everything that you got with it. And I am walking proof of that. So money does not buy happiness is the second thing. Yes, money does solve a lot of problems, and that in turn can buy happiness. But in the way that people think about money, it does not buy happiness. Most people with money somehow are unhappy, I would say. Look at a lot of successful people in the world that have hurt themselves or done other things, because no matter what is going on with money in your life, if you have issues deeper than that, you have to work to fix them. And being rich doesn't fix the problems that you have going on in your head.
If you don't come by money righteously, he'll take it from you and take away what you got from it. Did she just admit to scamming? Interesting.
And the third thing, and the most important thing, is if you are a parent in any way at all, shape or form, the only love that matters is your children. They are there until the day that you die. They are who you gave birth to, who you have. They are the only things in the world that matter. Truly, at the end of the day, their love is the only thing that matters. So if you're a mom or a dad and you're alone and you're single and you're struggling with that, at the end of the day, your baby's love is the only thing that matters. That doesn't mean that you should not care about like forever being alone or anything like that. But I've learned to embrace loneliness and know that I have my children's love and I love them, and no one else in the world matters besides that. So anyway, those are my 3 things. I love you guys. Bye.
It's so wild that she literally like will say like how much she loves her kids. Girl, where were you when your kids were like during the time when you're supposed to like bond with your children when they're less than like 2 years old? You were out cheating on their dad and running amok in Tampa and like literally not being with them. When was the last time you saw them? You love your kids, you ain't seen them. Sure got a funny way of showing it, and like they love you. Have they seen you? And listen, let me preface that by, or not preface because it's not before, but let me say, I know that there's sometimes people who don't have custody of their children that really got f***ed in family court. For instance, Evander Kane, he quite literally stole his daughter from her mother, Anna Kane, and it's the entire story is absolutely insane, and he's a garbage human being, and I believe every word that and every receipt and everything that Anna Kane puts out. Evander Kane plays for the Edmonton, what team are they? The Oilers. He's a hockey player. He's an absolute piece of shit, and he has a ton of money though, and so he was able to absolutely fuck over and like frame her basically. And yes, like I said, that has happened many, many times. However, Elizabeth Chickenbroth has not been a victim of a corrupt family court from every single thing that I have seen. And you can argue with me, you can say I'm wrong. That's okay, girl. But unless you have looked at court documents, I don't want to hear it. One thing I do like in that is that she said that she's put herself through some shit, because that's right. No one else did that, girl. You did that. You quite literally created these issues and these problems. And I'd say it's safe to say that there's no one else to blame but yourself. However, she's being very vague and her audience doesn't know to the extent that what she's done. And that is absolutely proven to be true by the comments that we get on our Elizabeth social media pages and on the like podcast episodes in general, or the DMs we get, or even on hers, where people say things like, oh, well, are you going to talk about the ex-husband too? Like, this is disgusting. You need to talk about him too. And it's like, you don't know 90% of what she's done. The ex-husband is literally just like 10% of it. It's insane what this woman has done. Oh, but no, definitely just talk about the ex-husband. It's not his story. It's her other victim's story. No offense to him.
Accountability used to feel like an attack to me. When I didn't want to hear that my behavior was affecting others, it felt like it was an attack on my personal character, on me. Like I felt like when they were...
We've talked a lot about accountability in this video, and Elizabeth has posted a TikTok 2 hours ago, literally 2 hours ago, that says, if accountability feels like an attack, you need to look within. Hey girl, do you want me to hand you a mirror? Like, look at yourself. This is crazy. However, she hasn't taken accountability and she turned off the comments on this video. That's rich. That is so rich. Like, this is almost unbelievable.
Telling me that what I was doing was wrong to them, that they were attacking me. And that's something that I've had to adjust to, because it's been such a norm to me in my life for a very long time, taking accountability and being responsible for my own actions, and also realizing that the reactions of others are a direct reflection of what I've done. I used to be someone that would get upset at other people's reactions to the things I was doing, and without without confronting or understanding that they are reacting to what I did or what I said. And I had to listen and understand that that's not okay. So that's something that I want to tell you. If you are having a trouble with accountability and taking accountability for your actions, definitely take a look in the mirror and realize that it's you, probably. And that's coming from someone that never took accountability. And you can't also expect people to heal at the speed that you want them to, or forgive at the speed that you're wanting them to. You have to give them space and time to heal and forgive on their own. And if they never choose to forgive, that's okay. Just because you are realizing who you are, or you're making changes, or you're trying to take accountability, that also doesn't mean that the other people automatically have to accept that from you. If you made the hurt, you maybe don't deserve to be forgiven. And that's something that you have to accept, because that's a consequence of your actions. And that is a hard pill to swallow. It's a hard pill, because you want people to see a new version of you, or try to understand the new you and realize that you don't want to hurt, or you don't want to do something that you did in the past. And I think people have a really hard time accepting that, just because they know, deep down that that's how you feel and that's what you want to do. Sometimes hurt is already too late. And at that point, you just have to accept it, give the person some space. If they ever choose to forgive you, then you just wait. And you keep bettering yourself, keep working on yourself. And if it's meant to be that you guys will be in each other's lives, you will. And that goes in friendship and family and relationship.
Wow. I honestly don't even know what to say with this one. This is wild. This is crazy. And again, she can say all day long, oh, well, I have taken accountability. Again, no one that I have talked to has confirmed that she has. They've all said that she has not. And then, and then as someone who claims that they are an influencer and that they are a public figure themselves, you need to do that publicly too. I don't know, man. I don't know. Not her telling people to look in the mirror. Yikes. So if you would like more in-depth receipts, interviews, anything like that, definitely go over to the Elizabeth podcast. Like I said, it's audio only, and you can find it wherever you listen to podcasts. It's also on YouTube as well. With YouTube, it does take a little bit for it to be uploaded. I'm not sure why, but Spotify and Apple are the fastest places to get that. So go ahead and go over it there. I will have that link down below. This woman is truly just, in my opinion, one of the most narcissistic scammers on the internet, and she needs to look in a mirror. And I love that she called my co-host and my co-producer and Cheryl and Dale, bad moms. And not to sound condescending, and I know it's going to sound this way, but I pray that her kids live happy and fulfilled lives and get far away from her. All right. If you are subscribed, your butt looks so good, and you are beautiful, and your feelings are valid, and you are valuable. If you are not subscribed, you're dead to me. And if you get scammed, it's your fault. But hey, that can change. Don't worry. All you have to do is just click subscribe, maybe share this video, maybe comment a disco ball emoji if you want. And I will see you in my next video. So remember to stay spicy, stay assertive, and goodbye.